In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be taking you through how you can do a kettlebell alternating press. Now, firstly, before we get into the movement, make sure you're not wearing anything like a watch that's going to get damaged when you do this. You are going to have the kettlebells in contact with the outer side of your forearm. Just make sure you take off any watches or anything like that before you do the exercise. Now, firstly, I've got my feet hip width apart. I've got the kettlebells lined up just in between my feet, and I'm going to pick them up with a nice straight back. I'm then going to come into a position where I generate a swing, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in the rack position for when I start the exercise. So that's kettlebells on the outside of my forearm. I've got my elbows tucked into the body, and there's two variations of how we can do this. One of which is to press this kettlebell directly up. Notice how I've rotated there, so my palms are facing each other. At that top part of the movement, my palm is facing towards the camera, and I come back down. Or alternatively, what you can do is you can bring one up, and as you bring that down, you can bring the other up at the same time. So if you would like to do that variation, there is going to be a little bit more core demand. You want to make sure you're not hyperextending the back when you do the exercise. So when you're in position and your feet are hip width apart, when you're going into your press, you want to make sure you're keeping those elbows in. When you come up and you rotate the weight, make sure that you're bracing your core as hard as possible so you're not using your lower back to bring that kettlebell up. Once you're done, return the kettlebells down to the floor in a nice safe fashion with a neutral spine. You can do either version of that, doing your repetitions one at a time, or as one's coming down, you can do the other one coming up as well. That would be a little bit more tricky in terms of the exercise variation.